father and mother are Mangalorean, but I grew up in Bangalore. So the only time I came to Mangalore was in 1988 when playing hockey against Manipal or St. John's Medical College. So we stopped in Mangalore and we wanted to have Gadbird, but we didn't have money, so we had 1/5 Gadbird at Ideal. So that's where the Gadbird, and then we went to the station, and that's why my only visit to Mangalore. But after I got married to my wife, who is from Bejai. I've made at least 10 visits to Mangalore after getting married, more than 10 visits. So now I'm a true Mangalorean because I came to Mangalore. Coming every other year is very beautiful because it has 7 hills. It's a beautiful scenario, scenic view that we have. And in Texas, everything is flat. Everything is flat in Texas. So that's why we don't see much. But Mangalore is a beautiful scenic view that my children are very impressed. Also, Mangalore is known for its Catholicism, strong Catholic community. That fascinating to me to see how it's persistent. We love to play at the Little Sisters of Port Bajodi, and on the 25th we are going to the Cloister Nuns of Poor Clares in Kankanadi. So we love to see the Catholicism that is prevalent in Mangalore that I don't see elsewhere, even in Bangalore. My family, I have one sister and 2 brothers. My elder brother is in Dubai, and we spent 1 week in Dubai before we came here. Had a great time. My sister-in-law took us all around Dubai. Her name is Savita, and she's a great entertainer and great hospitable host. Then I have a sister in Bombay who is married to a Commodore, Gerald Gonzalez. She's in Colaba. And then I have a younger brother who works for 2020 public relations firm, Peter. He's in Bangalore, and then my mother is in Bangalore, in Richardstown. My father expired at the age of 85 in 2004. So I married in 1997 to Nicole, and since then we've had 9 children. The oldest one is 16, his name is Michael, and the youngest one is 1 year old, his name is Joseph.
Number 12 marked behind one of the t-shirts. So I thought, is it a target?
We have 9 children and 2 parents, so we have 11 people, 1 cricket team. We don't want a 12th man for now.
Jolly good felly, she's a jolly good felly, she's a jolly good felly, so say all the fans, so say all the fans, so say all the fans. Nico's a jolly good felly, she's a jolly good felly, she's a jolly good felly, so say all the fans.
cardiologist, a non-invasive cardiologist in Houston, Texas. I did my MBBS at St. John's Medical College. I graduated in '91, and I moved to Chicago to do my MD in internal medicine in '92. And then I moved to Galveston, Texas to do my DM in cardiology. And I stayed on as assistant professor at the university for 1 year. And then I moved to private practice with a doctor called David Hamer. We started Southeast Houston Cardiology. So any of you all have cardiology problems, come to Texas. We cannot take care of you over here. We were 2 doctors at that time, and now we are 5 cardiologists, and we have a staff of 40, and we are very blessed with good cardiologists, good support staff. Being a cardiologist has never been a burden to me. When I go to the hospital and go to the clinic, I love to be a cardiologist. And I also love to be a husband and love to be a father. So when I come home at 4:30, that's my real job, to take care of the small kids, while the older kids have got to go for the violin and the piano and all the other stuff. So I take care of the small ones. And I love it. It's been a great experience. So in the morning, early morning, I leave at 6 o'clock. Actually 5 o'clock I wake up and I run. I run for 1.5 miles. Then I have a shower, have a breakfast. Then I go to the hospital by 6:30. 8:30 I'm in the clinic. Then I go for mass at 11:30 in the hospital. They have a chapel. We go for daily mass, and then I go to home to feed the small one, because he only allows me to feed him. He doesn't allow his mother also to feed him. And so I feed the smallest one, and then I go back to the office and the clinic. I'm done by 3 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock. I go for adoration. We have a perpetual adoration chapel, 24/7. So I go there for half an hour, and then I come home by 4:30, 5 o'clock. So that's my regular day. So God is blessed with the children. Children are a gift from God. Me and my wife have a lot of graces to have been given 9 beautiful gifts, 9 children. People ask me, how will you manage? What about education? Right now, if I had to retire, God has already provided that my children have good education. So when God gives you a child, He also gives you the resources. He gives you the finances. He gives you the health. You have to believe it. You have to faith. You have to have faith. If you don't have faith, if you don't trust God, then you begin to trust yourself. So people ask me, how come you have 9 kids? Yeah, I trusted God. So God, if I'm having another kid, you're going to help me. And He has helped me. So now I'm already 50 years old now. And I think God has said time enough. No more kids. But it depends upon God. If He says we'll have more kids, I'm open to it. My wife is also open to it. But I think the time has come. 9 kids may be the last. Maybe next interview it may be different.